Okay, saw your vitamin D video. Why do I need the vitamin D supplements? I work in the sun all day. Also, there are differences in recommended dose for African Americans. Guess what? Everybody works in the sun. You get enough sun exposure to make your vitamin D if you're just driving in the sun. You drive to work in the morning, you drive home in the afternoon. The way that I drive, I'm always facing the sun because the sun rises in the east. I'm headed east in the morning. When I'm driving home, I'm driving west. The sun is in my face. So I get enough sun exposure. You can work outside and get enough sun exposure. But guess what? Sun exposure is not enough. When Dr. Collier recognized that 90+% of my patients were not just low in vitamin D, but vitamin D deficient. The normal range on a vitamin D is 30 to 90. 30 to 90. I had patients today whose vitamin D was 10 or less. Sometimes you can't even measure it. Vitamin D, of course, is important for strong bones, strong teeth, but more importantly, vitamin D is a key component in the function of your immune system, and it allows you to protect yourself from infectious pathogens like viruses, bacteria, and funguses. So it is very important that you get vitamin D. There was a study that was just released that I saw. Remember, I said I do research every day. That study came out Monday of this week that showed vitamin D is very beneficial in the prevention of diabetes and lowering blood sugars when you have diabetes. But guess what? The traditional doses that's recommended of 1,000 milligrams a day is insufficient. You have to take a therapeutic dose. The therapeutic dose of vitamin D is 5,000 international units per day. 5,000 international units. Used to be very difficult to find. Dr. Collier's vitamin D product, Doctor's D, is 5,000 international units of vitamin D3, which is the active vitamin D. Oftentimes, people will get vitamin D2, which is the inactive vitamin D. It has to be converted to the active form. The problem is that some people do that very well. Some people do it okay. Some people don't do it efficiently at all. And so they can be loaded up with vitamin D, but it's not converted to vitamin D3. So when you measure that vitamin D levels, it's not sufficient. So sun exposure alone is not enough. There's not enough vitamin D. The most common food source is milk. Oftentimes people are milk or lactose intolerant, or they just don't have an opportunity to drink milk because they don't eat cereal anymore for breakfast. They don't drink milk as a side with their breakfast meals or any other meals for that matter. It's just not enough in cheeses and ice creams and those things that we consider treats because we don't eat them often enough. So it's very important. You just cannot get enough vitamin D from a dietary source, and you have to have enough in your diet for the sun to give you vitamin D. Remember, vitamin D is not coming from the sun. The sun is allowing your body to manufacture vitamin D, vitamin D2, which is then converted to vitamin D3. So the entire process, particularly with everybody wearing sunscreens now, changes in the atmosphere, the amount of pollution, we're not getting the type of sun that gives us that benefit. But people, I promise you, if you working in the sunshine, go get your vitamin D level checked. And I promise you, you're going to be surprised at the level that you have. Even when I have people that have normal vitamin Ds, it's usually low normal. The number, again, should be between 30 and 90. I get people that are 30, 31, technically normal, but not efficient. That number needs to be 40 or higher to boost your immune system, and 60 or greater to give you cancer prevention benefits. And those are simple and elegant ways that you can protect yourself from that function. You want to make sure that, again, you're getting all the benefits that you can from something that's not even medicine. It's just a vitamin. And it works in everybody. It works amazingly well, male, female. That is why it's one of those things that Dr. Collier has in his healthy trio. The three things that Dr. Collier recommends that you get every day, no matter whether you're young, old, black, white, male, female, any ethnicity, are the vitamin D at 5,000 international units per day, the omega-3 fish oil, which has cardiovascular benefit and benefits for joint health, a variety of different things, and then probiotics, which are God's gift to immune system function and digestion. So those three things will probably add a quality decade to your life, and where you're not only living longer, but you're feeling better and are healthier. So vitamin D, you do get some from the sun, but no matter how much, you could be totally uncovered in the sun all day and you still gonna have some problems with vitamin D. This is just a problem in the United States. We don't know why. I was at a medical conference with 1,000 doctors, and I asked that question. I just proposed, I say, is anyone in the audience noticing that your patients have not just low vitamin D's, but extremely low? They're not just low vitamin D, they're vitamin D deficient. And more than half the people in the room raised their hand. So they're aware of this. I said, do you know why? Nobody can answer that question. We don't know why at this point. But we do know that the problem is that you do have low vitamin D. So we're having increases in infectious diseases. So Dr. Kaya was recommending the vitamin D at the 5,000 international units per day early in the pandemic. And it was not recognized until about the end of the first year of the pandemic, when the traditional medical society started recommending vitamin D as a viable therapy.